Hey guys, my name is Serge and welcome to Mazda RX8 channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about 3 different problems that my Mazda RX8 is having, and chances are your Mazda RX8 is having these same problems. Why are they important? Well, one of the problems makes your Mazda RX8 2 times slower. Like literally, I have timed mine and it's supposed to be 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds and 0 to 60 anywhere from 12 to 14 seconds, depending on how I test it. That is definitely unacceptable and it makes it a little bit not fun to drive. I will actually get into this problem in a video and I will tell you exactly how to fix it. As a matter of fact, you could fix it from anywhere from $10 to $20, not $1,000 what a dealer wants to charge you. Second of all, there's a problem with the steering that I'm having. It's actually, you can't really see the steering wheel right now, but it is actually very hard to turn. Normally I make videos with a GoPro, and right now I'm just like out and about and I decided to just make it with my iPhone. So I can't really be nimble and stuff and like show you like everything that's going on, but take my word for it. We will get into it like, focused on this problem, and I'll actually explain it, like what's it doing. So the steering wheel is hard to turn, and you can actually see a steering wheel icon. It's actually displayed on your upper left portion of your instrument cluster. Also, I'm having another issue. Traction control light is on. I believe this is possibly related to the first problem, possibly. Maybe not really, but we'll find out. Not in this video, but once I actually resolve these problems, because I will be resolving them, and you will too if you're watching this video. Also, so we're having another issue, and that is actually with Mazda RX8 starting up. Let's start it. And look at that, it just quit. Mine starts up right away, so that is not the issue, but the issue is with the power source, with the battery. It's just one of the terminals, it is like really loose connections. I mean, look at this. I just pretty much wiggle, and you might have this plate fully, like lit up and everything. You go turn the key on and now everything is black, like nothing's happening. See if that has helped. And that's what we get. So I'm gonna adjust that as well. Before we do that, let's actually go for a test drive, because what I did is overnight I disconnected my negative battery terminal and I hit the brake pedal to get rid of all the power in the computer so that it will drain it. What that does is a lot of times it basically resets your computer basically for free. I do have my own code reader and stuff like that I'm actually using in this video, and right now one of my codes actually got deleted kind of by itself with the battery actually being disconnected, and that is the code that has to do with the intake manifold. So we're gonna do one more test, so ready, set, go. We're at 14, 16, 17, 25, 35, 37, so 1, 2, 3. I'm basically gunning it all the way down. We're at 42, 47, 48, 60, 55, 60 miles. So I actually hit 67 when I said that, but as you can see, it's 11.28 seconds. Let's see. Not sure if you're catching the sound of it accelerate and stuff like that, but it sounds fast, but it's not fast. It's kind of interesting that that intake manifold code, throws a light and it doesn't seem that serious, and most people will not even realize that they're having a problem unless they actually RX8 fanatics, and they know what to expect from the Mazda RX8. But for newcomers to the Mazda RX8, you might be thinking, wow, it sounds great, it accelerates and it's amazing, and basically they think that's actually what to really expect. But actually, your Mazda RX8 is a beast, and if everything is working appropriately, it's gonna accelerate 2 times faster. So anyways, so let's get to the to the nitty-gritty, I guess, into some of these problems. Okay, so with the battery terminal, I was having some issues yesterday, and while having these issues, I figured out that the connection on the positive side of the battery terminal, it's kind of weak. It looks like it's all touching, but it's so weak to where it does not translate much power. So I've done like a little over there, kind of like in between. Basically, I got this thing undone, and I'm gonna try to tighten it up, see if it helps, which have resulted in me driving it today just fine, and it's starting up just fine. But I've ordered a new negative and positive battery terminal connectors. I've ordered them. Okay, so on the next issue I want to talk about is the steering wheel icon on your dash. It is very hard to turn the steering wheel. As you can see, the steering wheel icon is on. You know why it has came on my vehicle? Most likely on yours it came on for similar type of reason. You know what actually happens when you overfill your radiator? This light will come on, and here's why. First of all, there's these Mazda RX-8, sometimes they have a weak or slightly bad sensor in the radiator that tells you you're low on fluids when you're really not, and so you end up going outside and actually putting some water or radiator fluid into your radiator. Well, when you do that, guess what happens? Your reservoir becomes too full, like an overflow tank. There's a little tube, and that tube, once it starts leaking all the excess radiator fluid out, it basically leaks onto the connectors of the power steering, which is actually located underneath your air intake. It's underneath the plastics over there. They're like great connectors, and once they become wet with radiator fluid, they start malfunctioning, causing your steering wheel light to come on. So this is why it's on in my vehicle, and there's a good chance it is on in yours, because when you start adding radiator fluid, because you see in a red radiator icon, for low fluid on your dash, you want to go ahead and actually add some radiator fluid, and when you do, now you're discovering, oh, your steering wheel is really hard to turn, and that steering wheel icon is on. And to make it even worse, when you're actually scanning for these codes, there is no code for it. So I'm not getting no steering wheel angle codes or anything like that, so I cannot even delete it. Maybe I need a Mazda specific code reader, but the code readers I do have, they're pretty good. As you can see, guys, the car is slightly under 12 seconds 0 to 60, but that is 2 times slower than it really supposed to be. Right now it's actually raining. My traction control is not working. It's kind of dangerous, but believe it or not, it kind of holds up pretty well, surprisingly. Well, I have good tires. I have brand new, pretty much rain tires. Also, guys, I'm noticing like another little thing. So far, I have driven the car approximately a little bit less than 20 miles, okay? And my fuel gauge at 3/4 now, it actually was full. I filled up completely full, and I've been disconnecting the battery, so I cannot really time the display. I should have written down the mileage so I could actually find out, but I hit the trip, and then I started having battery issues actually, because I just bought this. After taking the Mazda RX-8 out for a test drive, the codes did come back. But this time I got one extra code. Before I had two codes for P0661, which is intake manifold tuning valve control circuit low bank 1A. So this was the code that I was getting. Now I got this other code, P0441, evaporative emission system incorrect purge flow. I decided to test it on their Mazda portion because I could test any make and model. And this is the ABS code that I'm getting, but it says it's not found in the database. I also have other code readers, which I actually will hook up for reference. So this code is P3302 for ABS light. So what I'm going to do is erase this fault data and see what happens. As a matter of fact, right now my key is just onto the second position while I'm actually doing this, and as you can see, the ABS light is not currently on. So I just cleared the code successfully. Whether I did or not, we will find out for sure. Now I'm going to scan PCM powertrain control module. We're gonna go ahead and actually read fault data. This is the next screen that I'm getting. Selected the top option. So this is the code that I'm actually getting under the MAZDA RX8 portion of this computer. Intake valve control circuit low. So that's P0076. Interesting, it's a different code. So this code that I'm getting is P0076, intake valve control circuit low, bank 1. The next code is what I was having before, P0661, intake manifold tuning valve control circuit low, bank 1. And the next is P2259, secondary air injection system control B, circuit low. I have taken note of all these codes, and now I'm just gonna erase them for now. The problem does not go away by erasing, but I'm just gonna clear everything for now. Erase of fault data was successful. Now we're gonna take a look at this RCM restraint control module and another code, P3302. Also, this code is not found in the database. I need to really update my unit. Let's go ahead and actually clear this code. Clear diagnostics code? Yes. Well, the clear is successful. I had the airbag light on, and as you could see quickly it has disappeared, so I believe that code was for the airbag light. As you could see, it's kind of flashing, kind of weird. So let's hit OK and see what happens. So I hit OK, and that's kind of flashing. This car was in an accident, so no airbags was deployed, but the code was on. So now it just does temporary flashing. Now we're gonna scan the TCM transmission control module. Going to read the fault data. No fault data of a transmission. Well, that's a good sign. Alright, so I could see one thing. We don't have the traction control light. It's not on anymore. Question is, will it come back after the test drive? That's what I want to know. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and actually go for a test drive, and I will tell you when the code will come back. There is a good chance it's gonna come back. I've cleared it before and it's come back, so it's going to come back. It's definitely good to have traction control, especially when it's raining. So far so good. Traction control light just came back. So we're gonna make it way back. Hi guys, I've taken my car out for a very good drive. I drove at least 7 miles. I did some drifts in the rain, and basically this is another code that came back. P2259, secondary air injection system control, B, circuit low. So that's a new one. And then of course we got intake manifold tuning valve control circuit low, bank 1, and same code for that as well. So basically it's in there twice because one's pending and another one's pending. So control B and then low, bank 1. So guys, what's causing the low performance of this vehicle? Well, it's simple. There's 3 solenoids. There's a blue one, there's a white one, and there's a black one. So the blue one is at the very top behind the intake manifold, and the white one is in the middle, and the black one is at the bottom. So from what I could see is the very top solenoid is not working and the center one is not working. But these solenoids, you could pretty much get them for $20 for 3 of them on eBay. So I actually ordered 4 just in case. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and replace all 3 of them. And in case you guys did not know, these solenoids, they all look exactly the same. So you might be wondering, you know, what do they look like, where they're located. They're all near each other, and here's what I recommend. If you could get them for 20 bucks for all 3 of them on eBay, go ahead and actually do that, because when you do all that work and you basically get access to it by removing intake manifold and all of these other good stuff, for some people it takes like 10 minutes to do the job, some people like 1 hour, and some people 4 hours, I guess, depending on your skill level. I personally never done it on this car, so I'm surprised to find out what it's gonna, you know, take me to do it. But of course, I'm armed with some information from basically watching some of these other videos. I don't think they did a very good coverage of this actual job, because, you know, most of them just put a time lapse and you don't see what the heck they're doing. And some of them, they don't even show you the proper location of where that stuff is located to have you figure out if it is even possible to do it without removing all that stuff. Because based on some RX8 forums that I have read, some people, they have replaced it without even removing anything, and people said they have tiny hands. And then others have done it and they said they have, you know, normal hands. So that goes to show, you know, everybody's a little different. So some people need to remove a little more, some people need to remove a little less. Now, if I wasn't making a video and if it was possible for me to remove it without taking everything off, then possibly I would do that. But as I'm going to be making a video, I want to make sure that I'm actually going to make a video with a head-mounted GoPro, so you could actually see everything that I'm doing, and you could feel confident that you could do it yourself. And I'm just going to do everything in real time. That way you're going to know exactly how long does it take to do it and all the tools that's needed for the job. Of course, everybody has a different approach, and the RX8 community is like really nice. Everybody shares their own stuff, and I want to do my part and just show a different way of doing something, because we all have, you know, some skill that we have, you know, and it's good to basically share it with others. That's what I like to do. But basically, guys, all of these solenoids, they look exactly the same, so might as well just replace all 3 of them. And when you do, most likely this problem is going to go away. If it doesn't, then you're going to need to hunt around. But based on all of my research, people replaced it, called it a day, everything was fine. But guys, it is crazy how much performance that takes away from your car, because right now I just timed my car again, and I'm anywhere from 12 seconds to 13 seconds. So for some reason, there's a little changes in the way it performs. But that's 0 to 60 in 13 seconds, guys. That is slow. Actually, Mazda RX8 should be doing like 12 seconds for a quarter mile, you know, not 12 seconds for 60 miles, you know, up to 60 miles an hour. So anyways, surprising how a little solenoid can do such a big problem for your car. And it actually makes it not even fun to drive. It accelerates so poorly that my Nissan Altima accelerates even faster than that. So it's not even a sports car. It's got just like 2.5 liter engine. So this car could get smoked by my Mercedes Sprinter van, you know. So, but it feels great driving it, you know. Just, you know, I would like a little bit more performance. So if you guys want to see all those services done, then make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have so much to share with you guys. If you like your Mazda RX8, then please subscribe to my channel. You will see everything that I'm going to be doing, and you can see if it worked for me or not. Also, guys, I have bought a performance tuning chip that basically tunes your vehicle from OBD2 port. You basically plug it in, and it's supposed to basically learn your driving and add you another 50 horsepower, it says. Now, do I believe that it can happen? Plausible. I don't know, because I tried to Google this information. I cannot find anything. I could only find eBay listings for it. And I've tried watching YouTube videos on this topic, and everybody that's bought it says, hey, I have this. They don't put it in. They don't tell me how well it works. They don't do a follow-up video. So that being said, once that unit actually going to come in, it's going to be like within 8 to 10 days. I'm actually going to plug it in, and I will tell you if it performs better or not. Now, I don't have basically, you know, like a dyno, and I'm not going to be taking it to a dyno anytime soon. I will, however, a little bit later on, but I'm going to do a simple test. Before I plug it in, I'm going to basically just do like 0 to 60 time just with my iPhone, and do exactly the same thing with the chip being plugged in. And we will see if it does anything. Then I'm going to wait about a week, drive the car around, and I'm going to do like 3 more tests to figure out if it basically learned my driving and if it now performs better. Because they do so many promises like better fuel economy, you know, you're gonna have your race mode, you could spit flames, you know, that kind of thing. I don't know, but that being said, this does say it's a stage 3 tuning chip, which would mean that you are replacing mid-pipe. Now, my mid-pipe is not replaced, but I'm wondering if I do replace it, if that's actually going to clear the check engine light on, or at least not affect the performance. Now, if it does that alone, I'm going to be happy with it, but you're gonna know for sure, because I'm gonna be ordering a mid-pipe, installing it, and see how well it does. I do have a stock muffler, but we will see. I also have ordered a cob unit for tuning. We'll see about that as well. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really do hope you subscribe and hit a like on this video. Also, hit a bell icon. I always do follow-up videos, and we will be making lots of videos RX8 related. Anything from service to parts to performance to tuning, what have you. So if you're an RX8 enthusiast, let's just be together in this community of people that share the knowledge. So if you're somebody that have an RX8 and you would like to share some information, feel free to share that in the comments below. I always reply to all the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.